What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's about that time again. Time for questions and answers 7.0. Sorry about the quality of the video. Probably had to get stripped down in order to reach the 200 meg limit that YouTube puts on us partners. I hope you get your questions in on time. If you didn't, don't worry. I've done it 7 times. I'll probably do it an 8th, so relax. But let's just dive right into it. Let's see. Hey Boogie, what did you do on the 4th of July? Did you enjoy it? Actually, I had a really good time. Over the weekend, I had a couple of friends come up from Fort Smith, and one I hadn't seen in like 10 years. It was really exciting to get to hang out with him for the first time in a while. And then me and my roommate, Saturday night, we watched some of the fireworks. We went out to dinner, and then we went to the movies. I saw Transformers 2 finally, which was a great flick. It was a terrible flick, but that's what made it great. If you haven't seen it, you probably should. If you like watching robots tear the crap out of other robots, you should probably do that. Let's see. Was it better than last year? Yes and no. Last year, I had just finished getting like really sick, and so I'm a lot healthier this year than I was last year. I know that's probably hard to believe. The girl I was dating and I had a little get-together at my place that weekend, and that was kind of nice. But I don't know. I kind of feel a little closer to the people that I hung out with this year, so that's pretty nice. The fireworks near me were all right. The city of Fayetteville always does a decent job, so for the money value, which I paid to see it, which is $0. Do I play Alliance or Horde? I'm Alliance. How long have you been playing World of Warcraft? I used to play EverQuest, and then I got invited to the World of Warcraft beta. I played in the beta for a little bit. Didn't really think the game stacked up to EverQuest, which I preferred, so I went back to EQ and played it for quite a while longer. Then about a year ago, some BS and tragedy happened in my life. I got sick, and I thought it'd be a good time to pick the game back up. So then off and on over the past year. But I've been following the game since beta, so I'm certainly not the best, around. Let's see. I could carry less if you wear a shirt, Boogie, but my question is, could we please have your WoW name and realm? No, you can't, and here's why. As much as I love you guys, and as much as I love getting your messages and your emails and your text messages and everything else, I want to keep my video game life and my online video game life and my YouTube life separate. It's just a personal choice. I don't really want people screwing with me there. You've seen the haters, you've seen the miserable folk who try to make me miserable too. I just don't want to see it happening in World of Warcraft. My guild doesn't need to suffer through that shit. So it stays a secret, and I hope you guys can respect that. It's probably the only thing that stays a secret. You could probably find my home address and phone number within 10 minutes. But that's the one thing I'd like to keep quiet if I ever can. Do I hate the gays? I seem grossed out by it. No, I don't hate homosexuals at all. I get a lot of advances from homosexuals over the internet and in real life, and it's not something that I particularly enjoyed. I've never experimented with a guy, and it's not something it seems at all appealing to me. But it's certainly not something that I disdain or dislike. People are different. We're all different. Some people are homosexual. Some people are heterosexual. Some people don't want to have sex with robots. Me, so whatever. We do what we want to do. And I'm comfortable around people of all different types. Homosexuality is probably the least strange thing out there. Like, what is it? 30% of Americans are openly homosexual now, or something like that. It's a fair number. I mean, it's silly to be homophobic, I think, in this day and age. Let's see. All right, am I letting my hair grow? I've just been lazy about it. I'm probably going to get a haircut in the next week or two, just because of the weather getting so hot. I'm planning on going on a short vacation, go home and see my family soon. So when I do that, I'll probably definitely cut my hair before that trip. If you were the last human on Earth, or marooned, etc., and had a squirt gun, an ottoman, an empty tin can, which would I choose to become your inanimate best friend to stave off insanity? A squirt gun, an ottoman, or an empty tin can? Well, you could name the ottoman Otto, but it'd probably set on him real often, because it's the only piece of furniture I have. The tin can doesn't serve any real other purpose, but I think I could cut it open to try to make like a like a signal of some sort if I was marooned. And a squirt gun is kind of silly. You could treat it like it was a kid. You'd call it squirt, you know, or something. Maybe the squirt gun. That'd probably be the best answer. Me and my friend think you're awesome. If we visit the USA, you're currently in the UK. Can we come visit you? I don't know, man. You know, I've met a few people through YouTube in real life recently, and it actually went off without a hitch. One guy's moving to the area, and it's seen my videos, the Gallery Champion videos, and what's up, dude? Brandon, I think. I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. Pretty sure it's Brandon. Hi, Brandon. And so sure, yeah, I'm open to meeting people. You happen to come across Arkansas, we'll hook up. We'll go out and have dinner or something. Is there any new games that I'm looking forward to playing, and is there any games that you know of right now that look fun to play? Me and my roommate were talking this weekend, and we're pretty sure we're both going to try Champions Online, which is due out on September 1st. I'm probably not going to quit World of Warcraft already. There's no reason to, but it should be an interesting game to buy and just fool around with. I like character creation of the superhero genre. I like creating goofy characters and making people laugh at them. So if nothing else, I'll buy it for that reason. That was another $50, right? Let's see. I already play World of Warcraft, but kind of get bored of it. You should make a video of you playing WoW. I may end up doing that eventually. If I ever decide to come out of the closet, as it were, about my character, I'll probably make a video of me playing World of Warcraft, showing my character in game, and showing me on vent, and showing you what it's like. I pretty much act like this on vent all the time, so my guild's pretty used to this. And a good quarter of my guild now actually knows about my dirty little secret, which is this. You know, I kind of try to keep the world separated, as I said. I don't necessarily want everybody in the guild to know that I eat mango shirtless for the internet, you know, but whatever. I'm not that too ashamed. And most of the people that in my guild know, they think it's fucking hilarious. They love it. So, but yeah, if you're looking for a new game to play, I have recently purchased the following. I've got the new Ghostbusters game. I beat it in like 4 days. I got Prototype. I beat it in like 5 days. I got Overlord 2, and I beat it in a week. So I don't necessarily recommend those games for longevity. They sound like great runners. It's hard to recommend a game that compares to World of Warcraft, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe play Champions Online with me. Maybe I'll tell everybody which character I am there. Let's see. I'm sure you're aware one of the main reasons many teenage girls start to smoke is because they believe it can help them lose weight, to stay slim. Have you ever smoked, and what is your view on smoking to aid weight loss? I'm actually fairly allergic to tobacco and tobacco products, so I don't use them. My mother was a chain smoker when I was growing up, and it wreaked complete havoc with my health system. Good reason, I think. One of the reasons I'm so overweight, so my parents chain smoked. And it gave me asthma and chronic bronchitis and all kinds of other issues. So it never appealed to me, and I don't particularly like to be around it, specifically because it irritates my respiratory system so much. But for the most part, you know, people can do whatever they want to with their bodies and make whatever decision they want. And the truth of the matter is, I read a study that said that we as humans want to consume things, you know, to the point that if we are smoking or chewing gum or doing something with our hands and our mouths, you know, we naturally gravitate towards food. So smoking in that respect can be a weight loss additive. I'm not sure that the nicotine or the chemical process helps at all. But it's trading off one health problem for another. You know, you look a little better now and you're a little bit skinnier now, but then as an adult you have the follow-up problems. My father died of lung cancer due to chain smoking and also working in a coal mine. It could have been either or, but I guarantee you he would have definitely rather been a little heavier than to have died of lung cancer. Let's see. Do you watch Lost? Yeah, it's I actually quit watching the show about the 3rd season in, and then recently watched it all. Got the DVDs and stuff. If yes, tell me what might interest you about the show. I really like Hurley. Obviously, Hurley is awesome. He's like he's what I looked like when I was a teenager. I love the character. It's pretty much the kind of character that if they put me in a TV show, that's what I would hope to come across like, you know, a little crazy and a little, low on the self-esteem, but a very giving, caring, loving guru kind of guy. I like all the characters, obviously. Sawyer's absolutely amazing. I know a guy who acts exactly like Sawyer in real life. What's up, Jason? And so, overall, what appeals to me about the show is the characters. The whole twisting, goofy plot, time travel, moving the island, magnetic, exotic matter. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I hope it works out to have an interesting ending. At this point, I don't really put a whole lot of weight into it, pun intended, but I still love the development of the characters. I really hope that, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but I really hope that the cliffhanger from the 5th season pays off well, because if it doesn't, I don't know what to do. Let's see. Have you ever thought about getting contacts? I don't know. I don't really like the way I look without glasses, to be frank. I always thought, especially this pair of glasses, fits me really nicely. I call them my Santa Claus glasses. Had them for a while. Plan to get new ones soon, but contacts wouldn't have worked anyway. When I did look into them as a young adult, they told me I had an astigmatism. I would need laser eye surgery, and because of the type of astigmatism I had, laser eye surgery was really prototypical at the time. And then now as an adult, I just don't really care. Glasses work; they're fine. I think I look good, and you don't have to agree. Why did I change my channel banner thing? I recently was purchased, a copy of Adobe Photoshop, and I hadn't used it in a long time since I've been doing a lot of web design. So I wanted to experiment with it and play with it a little bit. I threw together those crappy banners in like 5 minutes. But I thought they were better than the previous banners. You may agree, you may disagree, but I just thought, a lot of people were confusing the banners a little bit for actual advertisements or something, and I just wanted to clarify, fix that problem. So at least now you clearly know it's channel branding rather than ads. Hey Boogie, my father just went to jail for assault with a deadly weapon on my cousin. This is the big tiny man. I'm sorry to hear this. I've done the research, and my cousin decides to press charges. Now my father will go to prison for a minimum of 2 years. Awesome, right? No, it's not awesome at all. Anyway, my father sells drugs and makes me do everything around the house. Never really respected him, don't really care for him. But I'm 17, which is legal here in Texas. Say you're in Texas, it's not too far away. But the thing is, I don't know what's going to happen to me, so what do you think is going to happen to me? And it looks like you posted right below that. I think I'll be able to live with my family, or will I be a warden of the state? By the way, I'm 100% with my cousin for calling the cops. You rock. Yeah, here's the thing. I grew up in a house with a lot of domestic violence, and the cops got called several times, and I truly, honestly believe that maybe the cops could have saved lives a couple of times if they showed up when it was getting really bad. And it definitely sounds like it was right to call the cops in your situation, especially if you think so. And I'm glad that nobody got hurt worse than they did. I'm very sorry that your dad's, in the situation that he's in, and that, he made the choices that he made to get to the point that he's at. But, just like myself and the choices that I've made, eventually it's going to come time for me to pay the piper. My health will continue to fail, and eventually I'll pass due to the food choices and things that I've made. And now, it's his time to pay the piper for the decisions he's made. And I'm sorry that it's affecting other people around him, and I especially am sorry to see that it's affecting you in the way that it is. If you're 17, and you're already working, chances are you can probably find family to stay with. The state loves to keep people your age, especially, with the family, cousins and uncles and nephews and brothers and sisters. They will try to place you in those kinds of places first. That's going to be their top priority. I know it's that way pretty much all across the country, and I'm almost 100% certain it's that way in Texas. So you don't have a lot to worry about. And it sounds like to me that you're probably a very self-sufficient and sane person who's probably very capable of taking care of himself, because it sounds like to me you're already taking care of your dad. So, man, I bet you're in for good stuff. Just remember this, if I can give you any advice. It's been said, I can't tell you how many times, that we revisit the sins of our fathers, and that we pay for the sins of our fathers. Break the cycle, man, Don't make the mistakes he made. Don't make the choices he made. Don't think the world is the way he saw it. You view the world the way you want to. You make your world the way you want it to be. That's the most important thing in the world that I could tell you right now. You know, stay straight, do what you can, survive however you have to, but try to stay on that straight and narrow. Try to avoid his mistakes. Learn from his mistakes, man. You know, and try to stay good on your father. I mean, he fucked up. You know, he's still your dad. Sorry to get all serious on you guys, but you know, sometimes we get serious questions, and I'm not going to dodge them. You know, that's why I'm here more than anything. I like to entertain, but if I can help, you know, well, that's my God-given purpose, I think. Sometimes favorite film genre. I used to really like horror flicks, but not much anymore. Definitely comedies. Man, I just love to laugh. You know, I like drama too, but yeah, I try to watch all the comedies. Not the bad stuff. Not like Wayne's Brothers crap, which doesn't really appeal to me. But I watch all movies, man. I love all movies. You put it in front of me, I'll watch it. I don't give a shit if it's The English Patient or a Wayne's Brother flick. I'll watch it. I don't give a damn. I love cinematic adventures. They are enjoyable. Does shit really happen when you party naked? Yes, it does. Especially if you're really drunk and you had burritos earlier, then shit is definitely going to happen. How awesome will you be if you go under your covers in the bed behind you and just have your head poking out and go, om nom 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 nom? That'd be pretty awesome. I may have to do. I'm not going to do that right now, but I may do that. My favorite movie. Again, we talked about that. I don't really have a favorite. I don't do favorites. It's hard to do favorites. There's a lot of movies I like, and they've been covered in other videos. Think I'll be able to live. What do I think of Fat Man 3141? Well, yeah, you guys have been prodding about this for a little while, so let's just go ahead and have it out and get it out. Well, the very first time I came across Fat Man, Chris. Very cool man, Chris. You know, I didn't know what to think. You know, a lot of people were emailing me and contacting me and asking me if I was him and harassing me and sending me his vids and stuff. And so I recorded a video like 2 years ago, kind of reacting, kind of stupid over it. The truth of the matter was I was being a douchebag. But now, since then, I've learned about Chris. I've talked to friends of his. I've never talked to Chris directly, but I'd love to. And I think he's a cool guy, you know. I think he's a little confused, and I think he's got a handful of problems. I think some people are taking advantage of him and pressure him into doing things that he doesn't necessarily want to do. But, you know, overall, I think he's a great guy. I'd love to hang out with him sometime. I heard that he doesn't necessarily feel the same way about me, and if that's true, that's fine. You know, everybody is welcome to their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We all get to have one. I know I screwed that up, but I don't care. But, yeah, you know. So, Chris, man, keep doing what you're doing if it makes you happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, find something that does. And if you ever want to talk, you know how to reach me. You want to chat, we'll chat, you know. What would be your top 5 hot babes list? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, after seeing Transformers this weekend, Megan Fox is probably on one of the 5 slots. I wish she were on me. She was on a motorcycle. I never wanted to be a motorcycle that bad in my life. How do y'all feel about the state of the economy? I'm no economist. So all I know is it sounds fucked, and I don't know how to fix it, and I hope I survive. That's pretty much it. Where do I think we're headed? Like, I hate to get into the philosophy of it all, but basically it's been written many, many times by many, many different philosophers and analysts that there's a life cycle for democracy. A democracy starts off free and open, and eventually becomes more and more closed in, and more, you know, more socialist and more communistic and more like a dictatorship, in all honesty. And eventually a democracy has to die. It become a dictatorship for a while, and then eventually it can revert to a democracy once things have been settled. And I think we're close to that end of the life cycle of a democracy here. I think that we may have to turn into some form of dictatorship, because the truth of the matter is, one of the highest predictions of the death of the end of the life cycle of a democracy is the people voting the coffers into their own hands. And clearly we've done that over the past few years. It's frightening and it's frustrating, and I worry about the state of the country, but I know it'll be fixed. You know, it's the 2000s, man. We're going to figure it out. You know, we've been a world power. We'll remain a world power. We'll figure it out to a point. You know, but it's scary. It's scary territory. If you have any idea where we're headed, why don't you tell me what you think? Did I ever play sports when I was younger? I played football for a couple years. Didn't care too much for it. Played t-ball. Played little league. Was not very good at it. And I was in a band as a teenager. I ended up screwing up my leg really bad, which is that's another story altogether. But it took me out of football. I also broke my arm, which also kept me out of football for a little while. So overall, it was not a great experience for me. If you could have sex with any animal, which animal would I choose? The human animal. And if it couldn't be a human, a robot animal. Shaped like a human. The animals are not very appealing to me. I apologize. Sorry to say. What are your thoughts on Snickers and Mr. T? I think you need to get some nuts. And then what the commercial says. I don't have a TV anymore, so I haven't had cable in 7 years. I have cable internet, and I watch a lot of shows online, but I don't really see those commercials. So, but I did look it up prior to this when I was going through the questions, so I could answer that question. So, get some nuts, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If we met in real life, would I give you a hug? I give everybody a hug, so you're definitely getting one. Also, am I wearing a shirt now? I don't know. Let me check. Yes. What's your World of Warcraft tune's name? We've been over this. Can fat people go skinny dipping? Oh. Well, I mean, we can go naked swimming. Oh, yes. If the pool's big enough, we can. Let's see. I like yourself, AM and avid gamer. Tell me, do you have any kind of ritual or tradition you carry out before a tournament? If you do, what is it and why? Not really. I'm not too big on superstitions. Probably the biggest superstition I have is always buying new sleeves before a big event and for my cards. And then I don't play extraneous games that day. Like I won't play in between rounds. Or if we play 2 out of 3 and I beat the guy 2 times in a row, or he beats me 2 in a row, I will never play the third because I just feel like. I don't know, it seems silly to even voice the opinion, but it feels like if I get screwed during the match after that, I wasted my luck on the previous game. I know that sounds so ludicrous now that I say it. What are my thoughts on religion? That's been covered many, many times in many different videos, but a quick summary here. I think all the world's religions are wrong. I think God probably exists. There is probably a creator of some sort. And he purposely created a distance between us and him, and that us and him is what caused us to invent these insane religions that say crazy shit like, we should eat bread and drink wine, or we should martyr ourselves, or we should meditate 4 hours and worship, cows, and fucking never eat pork, and whatever. I mean, all these arbitrary rules are arbitrary, they all contradict. The truth of the matter is that's what religion is. It's a cure to try to create that absence that God has created for whatever reason, if God exists. We can't even know that. Which state do I live in? Arkansas. It's commonly known. Is it smart to grow up to become someone like you? That's a loaded question. So yes and no. You don't want the health problems that my weight generates, probably. But I like to think I'm a pretty good person. I like to think that I'm funny and friendly and wise, and that's just my opinion on myself. I hope that I'm right. I hope you guys agree with the opinion, and if that's the case, growing up to be someone like that is great. If you want to be fat, be fat. If you want to be skinny, try to be skinny. If whatever you want out of your life, it's just the only life you get. You get one, and it doesn't mean fuck all what other people around you think. You got to live your life the way that makes you happiest. So, I'm happy. There's worse things to be. Can I go on AIM more often? I use a program called Trillion to go on all those different programs, and it's always wonky, but I have ICQ, MSN, AIM, Yahoo, all running it all the time, and I've got Facebook up, and I got MySpace up, and it's frustrating because I can't answer everybody, so I generally have a wait put on, and I'm sorry for that. I try to answer people when I can, but I'm in front of the computer, which is not as often as you'd probably think. I'm generally playing games and stuff, so it's hard for me to answer messages then too. So don't take it personal. You can always email me, and I always answer. No, it's Facebook or sorry, not Facebook, YouTube, email me. I always answer those when I can. Is it smart to grow up? Let's see, blah, blah. Why are you so fat? And at what age did you gain most of the weight? I started sincerely gaining weight at the age of 8, according to my mother. I started taking allergy shots, and it seemed to screw with my metabolism. I also remembered about that time. That's when my diet really changed. I was hungry all the time, and Mom had a lot of difficulty fighting with me about it. Of course, it makes kind of sense because the steroids that are in a lot of allergy shots had a lot to do with it. So, as a teenager, I was always dramatically big. In 4th grade, I weighed like 120 pounds, I think, when all the other kids weighed under 100. I remember that being very embarrassing for me. As a teenager, I was in the 300s. I graduated high school, I was 375 pounds. First year in college, I think I ballooned up to like 425. So I've always been epically big. And as an adult, I've hovered pretty much, you know. I've not gained a lot, except, well, one instance, but that's a whole other story. And I've tried to lose, but it's hard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've always been epically large. And I'm comfortable that way. And I know it's killing me, but it's who I am. I try to change it, and I'm still working on it. I'm not giving up, so don't worry. I'm fighting a good fight. Let's see. High Def Cam wants to know, why am I fat? We just talked about that. Why do I have boobs? Because I'm fat. That's kind of obvious. Do I masturbate? Doesn't everybody, including me? I mean, I don't necessarily want to go to my masturbatory habits, but sure, we all do, you know. When I'm with somebody who I'm having regular sex with, probably not very much, but for now that I'm single, sure, I kick back every once in a while and relax, don't we all? I'm from Canada, and I was wondering, why does the U.S. always hate on us? I play WoW, and it seems that's all I see in chat. Well, I think a lot of it's camaraderie, to be frank. When it comes from me, it's camaraderie. Me and the Canadian friends I play with in Guild, we have that camaraderie that bounce back and forth. You know, we'll screw you in your healthcare system. We'll screw you in your high taxes. We'll screw you and blah, 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 you know. And I don't think anybody else necessarily means it. But the truth of the matter is, you know, people are douchebags. So that's just one of the things they can be douchebags about. You know, a lot of people choose to be rude and stupid. So it's probably just another example of that, unfortunately. Someone responded and said that's not a hate, it's just joking, because us in Canada are no different. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah, like I said, it's camaraderie. We know we're together. Someone told me actually something I found really funny this weekend. Someone said the difference between America and Canada is that in America you can sign up for the Army to die for America, and in Canada you can sign up for the Army to die for America. And I thought that was very profound on several different levels. Are you looking forward to the next World of Warcraft patch 3.2? Yes and no. I'm not a hardcore player by any definition. A lot of my friends feel that they are or want to be, even though my guild's more of a casual guild that's in Ulduar and stuff, you know, but we're not exactly, you know, clearing Yogg Saron 3 days a week. Or you know, 3 times a week or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I like the idea of an arena raid, and I like the idea of an arena heroic, and I really like the idea of some of the stuff they're adding. Plus, I'm an engineer. I don't know if I should necessarily be telling people that, but yeah, I'm an engineer, so you know, obviously, I look forward to the engineering stuff that's in it. How do I feel about the economy and the chocolate messiah Barack Obama? Meh. I don't really care. I try to keep away from politics because there's nothing really much I can do about it. Why aren't all your videos uploaded in HD? That's a good question. You think they're 10 times better and cleaner and to see you, and yes, you want to see my sexy face. Well, I appreciate the compliment, Jet Victor. But there's 2 reasons. Number one, recently I've been having a lot of trouble with syncing when it comes to YouTube videos. Might be having that problem right now. In fact, I may be out of sync. And the higher the quality of the video, the more out of sync it tends to be right now. I don't know why. I'm trying to resolve the problem. If anybody knows anything about it, please let me know. Secondly, it takes 4 times as long to upload. I'm on cable modem, so since it takes forever to upload, I get lazy, and I just want to shoot little quick things and get it there for you. But the videos that I really care about, I try to shoot those in HD, and hopefully it adds something to you guys. So I'm really glad to hear that you enjoy me shooting in HD. I hope there are other people that feel the same way, and I plan to do more of it. Have I ever considered, or do I play any other MMORPGs? I've played basically all of them at this point. I'll probably continue to play all of them. Aeon Online, you're playing it now, and I wanted to get in the beta. I'm not in it though. I don't know if it's open beta yet or not. I may try it. It seems fun. Would I cut my penis and balls off for $1 billion? No. Well, no. Both? God. Maybe. Because $1 billion could do a lot of good. I can think of a lot of people that could use some money. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I probably would. I probably would. You know, because I'm going to die one day anyway. I won't need my cock and balls. But I can help a lot of people for $1 billion. I mean, my roommate, my family, my friends never have to do that again. And what's the worst? I couldn't have sex. Be hard. I'd have to sit down to pee. Oh, God, I sure would miss sex. I miss it now. Hey, what's my favorite drink, food, or candy? Let's see. Favorite drink, I'm really big fan of Coke and Coke products. What's my favorite food? I love lasagna. What's my favorite candy? Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Absolutely adore them. I wish I had some right now. Do I watch NASCAR? Nope. My dad was a big race car fan. Never really appealed to me, though. Let's see. How much weight have I lost? I'm down about 12 pounds since I started pushing it about 6 weeks ago. So a couple of pounds a week. It's a good rate. I hope to keep it up. It's hard making good food choices, though. I'm not going to lie. But my roommate's been helping, and it's really made a big difference, I think. When I poop, do I picture a gnome named Pojak is going to pop in and out of my poop and hug me? Yes, I do. Do you believe in the paranormal, spirits, ghosts, etc.? I don't know what to believe in. I believe in the possibility of it, though I've never experienced it, and I have no empirical data backing it up. I guess I'm open to the idea. You know, obviously we can't understand everything, and we can't observe everything. With ideas like exotic matter and dark matter and alternative universes and quantum physics proving all this crazy stuff every day, who knows? Who knows what happens to the energy that I can call consciousness when I pass? You know, do I believe that I turn into a spirit or a ghost or whatever? I don't believe that because I don't have any empirical data. Am I open to the idea? If data was laid in front of me, sure, I believe in it. How about you? What do you believe? Let's see. What is my favorite Magic the Gathering edition? Do you like any probably my favorite set was Antiquities because it was the first set I played with. It was really cool. I mean, Urza and Mishra and Mishra's Factory and Urza's Lands and Candelabra of Taunus, stuff like that. Awesome cards. But Time Spiral probably actually may top that because the entire Time Spiral block was phenomenal, fun to play with, amazing limited, just all-time favorite set to play with, actually, I think. Do I like any baseball teams? Don't really get into baseball. What state do I live in? Arkansas, again. My Alliance or Horde? Alliance, let's see, 2 questions. Do you get tired of answering the same damn questions every time? Yes, I do. But, you know, that's okay. People can't watch every video I've ever done and know what questions to ask. Some new subscribers post a question. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to do my best. You know, will I check out my first ever YouTube vid? I did watch it, and I shouted out in your comments, man, Crikey3286. You need a better camera with a little better sound quality. I can recommend the Logitech QuickCam Pro, which is like $70 at Amazon.com. You can get it like $99 at Walmart. I highly recommend the camera. I think you have a lot of fun with it. This is what I'm using now. It's what I've used for about 3 months. But other than that, man, keep doing it, man. Have fun with it. You know, be genuine and talk about things that you enjoy and that interest you, and people will hopefully see it and latch on. What do I play in World of Warcraft? Well, you guys know I play a prop warrior. I've talked about that. But again, the rest of the information is a secret. If I said I was there was a Lego RPG, would I play it? I play all the RPGs and MMOs that I can get my hands on, so maybe. Sounds goofy though. Lego? I'm not a big Lego guy. Am I going to miss Billy Mays? I haven't had a TV, so I kind of completely missed out on Billy Mays. I never got a lot of, in the middle of the night, Billy Mays here, and I like pancakes. Do you like, what, pancakes with orange glow and OxyClean? But I use OxyClean. I got OxyClean in my laundry room right now, so I guess, sure, man, he's a cool guy. He doesn't afraid of anything. You said in one of your videos that the one thing you were trying to overcome was lack of the ability to open up to people, especially new people. How do I feel about expanding your social network, perhaps meeting new people in the area? Well, that's actually interesting. About a year ago, some really tragic shit went down, and that really tragic shit really changed who I was, for the worse. And it's been really hard for me to get over. I've been putting a tremendous effort into it in the past 30 days. Meeting some people that I've contacted me through YouTube, sure, and I'm open to that. Meeting some more people, friends of friends, and doing more stuff with people. Hell, I've even started texting people again for a change. So, I'm trying. But I'm still really hurt by what happened. I don't know that I'll ever get over it. So if I do meet you, you got to be a nice guy or girl or whatever. You got to be a cool person, because I don't know. Just tired of getting hurt. I guess we all are. But last year sucked. I don't know that I'll ever be over it. Oh well. What do you think of the faction wars in World of Warcraft that transcend into YouTube arguments? I saw your Warcraft Mountain Dew video a while back and watched all your videos. You mad comedy man. Let's see. I don't know. I think it's, again, camaraderie. We all play the same game. We're all hanging out. I don't think anybody hates. I don't think anybody plays in live hates the Horde. In reality, I think it's just all part of the act, part of the fun. Does Boogie ever turn on music and get down and boogie? Yeah, quite a bit. There's actually videos of me doing that here on my channel. Message, by the way, I'm thinking of a collab vid, and you'd be hilarious. I'm interested in it. Ferocity Productions, or Productions, yeah. Email me, let me know. I'll play around. I'll play along. Right 0340 wants to know if I think that they are sexy. Well, I don't have a picture of you in front of me. And there's not one on your channel, so I'm going to say maybe. Favorite sports team for baseball, football, basketball? Don't really follow sports. What are the purposes of humans beings in life? Interesting question. I think I know the answer to that one. The purpose in life is to enjoy it. Simple as that. Hopefully, take care of your fellow friends and neighbors and family, and make other people around you enjoy their lives, but enjoy your life as well. Do what you need to do, and you only get one life. You only get one turn around this giant rock floating in space, and man, you gotta make the best of it. Who knows what happens next? Nobody. No matter what they say, they don't know. They hope, they pray, they believe, but they don't know. But you got this. You're here. You have to do the best you can with this life right now. So the purpose of life is to make the best of it, is to enjoy it. Did I inhale? About probably 40 times a second, or 40 times a minute, and I exhale too. What race class would I be if I played Horde? I'd be probably Undead Warrior. Really I love the Undead, and I like Warriors. I like protection. What's my all-time favorite movie? Again, it's hard for me to do favorites. I either like it or I don't. What's your biggest pet peeve of all time? Recently, I don't know if this is my biggest pet peeve, but it's one I wanted to talk about. I hate it when people say, Boogie, I don't see you as fat. What does that mean? You don't see me as fat? I just see you as Boogie. Dude, are you blind? And if so, reach out and touch me, because trust me, you're going to feel some fat. You don't see me as fat. You don't believe I'm fat. It's just, you're blind to fat. You're a fucking retard. I don't know. I'm going to record a whole other video on that. But the whole concept of that pisses me off. Am I good at the video games you play, or do you just play for fun? 50-50. I used to be really good. I'm getting old. As I get old, I get worse. But I'm still probably going to kick your ass. Boogie, you're funny as hell, man. Sorry to hear about the illness. It's part of the package. I'm a big gentleman myself. What's your take on diets? What have you tried? The most successful diet I ever had is Atkins, and it tore a lot of the weight off of me, but I gained it right back when I went off the diet. It was not lasting weight loss, unfortunately. And I think it rarely is. But the best diet in the world is eat less, move more. You know, you get as much exercise as you can, eat less food. You know, 1,500 calories a day, 2,000 calories a day. Take your multivitamins. Cut down on cravings. Cut down on overeating. Eat less, move more. Do it for the rest of your life. Be skinnier, be healthier. That's it. I mean, that's the whole thing to it. You know, I know it sounds cut and dried, and it doesn't always work, and it doesn't always work as well as we want. But given a long enough timeline of performing that pattern, you will lose weight. It's working for me right now, at least as best it can. If you found a genie and he gave you 3 wishes, what would you wish for? We've done this one before. The first thing I would wish for is more wishes, and if I couldn't have more wishes, I'd wish for a wish for everyone. And if I couldn't do that either, then I would, I don't know what I would do. I wish for probably world peace. We've talked about that. I'd wish for, you know, everyone being healthy and happy, and then I would save a wish for when things really suck. Immortality is one of my all-time favorite wishes as well. To live for as long as I want to live. Would I rather cut off my ears or my toes to save the world? If I could save the world, I don't know what I'm saving it from, but if I could save the world from both, why not? I'd put a bullet in my head if I needed to. Whichever they want. And besides, I'm diabetic. One day they'll take my toes anyway. I may as well get it over with for some good before they do it just to put them in an incinerator. Do I hate gnomes as much as I do? I think gnomes are cute, especially in World of Warcraft. They are annoying little bastards, but that's what makes them awesome, dude. What server do I play on? Like 13 times it's been at. Do I kick ass at PvP? Nope, I suck. And you say you'll unsubscribe if so I'll lie. Sure, I'm amazing at PvP. Check out my arena rating. In Magic the Gathering, what percentage of your deck should be mana? You should always build a 60-card deck, and depending on the type of deck, it's between 22 to 25 lands. Some control decks I've seen run 26, especially with mana lands and stuff in the environment. And some white weenie decks I've seen as little as 20. But yeah, 23 is almost always the magic number in a 60-card deck. And you're drafting or limited 40-card deck, 17 is almost always the magic number. I've ever listened to a group called Twisted. Nope, haven't heard of them. I'll look them up. Any form of tobacco use? Nope. Have I ever smoked, make fun? Have you ever had somebody make fun of you, be a dick to you because of your size, and later have them become your friend? Yeah, that's happened actually many different times. And I actually take it when somebody's a douchebag to be a challenge to try and make them rethink their strategy of me. So one of the very first things that somebody says to me or does to me is a fat joke, then I immediately pick that person to show them what a cool guy I can be. And, you know, not always does it work. You know, sometimes they think, well, it's low self-esteem that makes them want to do that. Sometimes they want to try to take advantage of the situation. And those people, you know, well, eventually I cut the cord and walk away. But, you know, for the most part, I think people have to reevaluate their opinion of big people. Have I ever shit my pants? It's an interesting question. And somebody else says, I've been wondering this too. Please address this question, Boogie. Let's see, when I was a kid, surely. As an adult, one time I was very, very sick and had diarrhea because I was on some antibiotics because of the leg infection, and I had a little squirt. But I don't think not like on purpose, if you're asking for like a sexual fetish thing or something. And no, not really. Have you? That's kind of a weird question. Cream of mushroom or cream of broccoli soup? Cream of mushroom. Screw broccoli. Michael Jackson and Billy Mays dying at the age of 50 within a week. Government conspiracy? Everything's a government conspiracy. Or nothing is. You pick. Do I prefer a soft or firm mattress? Soft is amazing. It's good for the back, especially being a big guy. Because, I mean, I need it to concave and stuff and weird patterns because, you know, I've got all these curves and loops and shit that you got to worry about. Oh, and I'm just wondering, I recently got engaged. If you receive an invitation to my wedding, would I come? Is your wedding local? Because if it is, sure, why not? If you live far away, probably not. Sorry. Oh, and Dean Still, you're the one who's asked. Dean Still 17 asked me if I could say his display name, since none of his friends think I'm answering his questions. So, Dean Still 17's friends, good news. Me and Dean, we go back. He's asked several questions. I've asked him several times. You want to fight about it? I will knock you out. I will punk you. There you go. Oh, and then someone wants to know if they can come to your wedding. So even if I don't show up, he's coming, Dean. This is a pretty good deal. CLG 20. Oh, congratulations too, by the way, on getting married. That's pretty exciting, man. I hope he or she, in this day and age, you got to be politically correct. He or she is a looker, and I hope you guys get along well, and I hope it's a lasting marriage. What was the one thing you've always wanted to do but couldn't? Live forever, fuck a robot, fly through space, the usual. Be immortal. Did I say be immortal twice? I hope so, because I really want to be immortal. Is that a sunburn you see? Also, let's fight about it. Put them up. Put them up. Put them up. No, it's not a sunburn. I've gotten some sun over the weekend. I doubt I'm burned. I might be burned. But I try to stay out of the sun because I had skin cancer. I don't know if you can see it, but here I had skin cancer on the tip of my nose. So I'm very susceptible to skin cancer on top of all the other bonuses of being such a big guy. Boogie, do you have an Xbox Live account? And if so, what's your G tag? I've got an Xbox Live account. I got an Xbox in my living room that I haven't touched in 8 months. Used to play a lot of Rockman or some, what have you, but someone just kind of ruined that for me. I don't know. Just the experience just nauseates me almost. So I don't really play a lot of Xbox anymore. Mostly in front of the PC when I'm at home. What's the best fireworks show I've ever been to? I used to go to the Pepsi fireworks display in Kingsport, Tennessee. Hello, Tennesseans that are out there, especially those of you in the Tri-City area. We used to go every year as a kid, me and my mom. I don't think we missed one for the first 14 years they did it, actually. It was very exciting, and there were always amazing fireworks displays to the tune of millions of dollars. And I don't know if it's big now, but it used to be absolutely gigantic 20 years ago. Boy, I sure do have some amazing memories from that. So anything I go to locally now, it just pales in comparison. Have I ever been in a fist fight? If so, why and who won? That's an interesting story, actually. When I was a kid, well, there's one fight I don't really want to talk about, but another fight that I got into as an adult. Well, I was 17 years old. There's a kid who's 15 who I picked on pretty much all the time. He picked on me for being a big guy, so I picked right back, because I'm not ever going to let anybody knock me around. And anyway, one day he started hitting me, and I sat there with my hands behind my back and just let him wail away on me. I think he probably hit me 20 times. He, made my eyes swell up. He bloodied my nose, he bloodied my lip, and it sucked. But I didn't want to hit him back, and I'm really glad that I didn't to this day, because I know that I can get angry. I know that I can be a tough person. I don't really ever want to fight anybody, So, what bra size do I wear? Same size as your mother? We share. She's a fat bitch, too. No, I don't know, man. That's rude. Whatever. Child. How many subscribers would I like to reach? Billion, or 300 million, or a million, or 300,000, or 3,000. Any of those, just more people. I'm happy with what I have now. I'm just glad that you guys enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm glad that I have an audience, and I'm glad that if you've made it this far into the video, you're one of the hardcore people. So salute. Who cares about sub numbers when I got people like you who are willing to watch this entire monstrosity? That's power, baby. Name server in World of Warcraft. No. Oh, and if you stop drinking soda pop, you can lose a lot of weight. I stopped drinking for 6 months to drop 40 pounds. Yeah, I'm really addicted to soda, for the record. I drink a hell of a lot less of it than I used to, and I think it helps the weight loss quite a bit. Hey, idiot, in one of the videos he says he doesn't go. So don't be rude, man. The game's 201. I appreciate you defending me there, but you don't have to be so mean about it. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming to the rescue. How far into Ulduar are you? 10 man or 25 man? 10 man, we're up to General. 25 man, we're up to Memoron. So we're not exactly sweeping the zone yet. Why do the likes of Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers exist? Because people like generic music that doesn't mean anything that they can force on their children. Also, children don't know what good music is yet, or they haven't developed their tastes, or they haven't decided what appeals to them yet. So this generic rock appeals to them because it kind of sounds like music to them yet. You know, they haven't really, I don't know, if you've never tasted sugar before, it doesn't matter what candy someone gives you, you like that candy. Oh God, it's sweet, I like sweet stuff. Later on in life, after having a fair amount of candy, you learn to develop your flavor a little better. So I think that's what it is. I think it's just marketing to people who haven't developed their taste buds yet. Was it a result of a mad scientist's evil, abominable experiment gone wrong? Yes. I am that scientist. Favorite zombie film? Ooh, 28 Days Later. I really like that one. That's pretty good. It's creepy. Do you ever massage your man titties? What kind of question is that? I just don't even know. Sure, here, I'll do it right now for you. Yay. Boy. Sure, I guess I just did. So, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, a woodchuck chuck would a chuck 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 if a woodchuck chuck by 7. Boogie, first off, your videos are hilarious. Thank you, Metal Fan. My question is, do you like the band AC/DC? Who doesn't like AC/DC? Thunderstruck, man. It's one of the best all-time songs ever recorded. It's a classic rock band, and I just wondered, oh, God, is AC/DC classic rock now? Ooh, I have a phone call. I have a phone call. I'm going to pause and answer the... I always forget to silence these things. Oh, man. I really don't like the way my hair looks. I really got to get it cut this week. All right. Well, where were we? But yeah, AC/DC's classic rock now. That's kind of depressing to me. It makes me feel old. Let's see. Are you a Taekwondo master? Sure. Also, you think you're capable of conquering the world by myself? No, I would need your help, Sensei. What WoW server? And oh God. Do I have a driver's license? Yes. Do I like Japanese music? Yes. A lot of anime theme songs, especially. What gender double standards do you think are unfair? All of them, but also none of them. And that's a complicated question, and we'll get into it and say that a lot of gender bias is there because it's based somewhat in truth and history. So I don't want to sound sexist or whatever, so I'll attack men rather than women. But to say that all men are cheating dogs is true because 80% of men cheat. So that's a fair stereotype. It's acceptable, and I think it's fine. And is it okay for men to cheat and women not to cheat? You know, is that kind of double standard? No. But historically, yes, it has been true. Is it fair today? No. So you're talking about a huge sociological issue that's not something I can cover in just one question. So all of them are unfair. But they're based in truth and history. So in a way, they were all fair at one time, and their current existence kind of still makes sense. They should need to be eradicated, certainly, but, you know. What's it like having a sister? It was cool. I loved my sister. She was out of my house. She's much older than me. She was out of my house much earlier than I was, but she's an amazing woman. I do care very much about her. Do I think art students are wasting their time? No, man, that's silly. To begin with, they're doing what they want to with their lives, and if what they want to do is study art and become artists, more power to them. Amen. Secondly, some of the most important people in the world have been artists. The people who have shaped the way we think. Writers, especially, graphics artists, painters, novelists, have put ideas in yours and my brains that'll be there forever. So it doesn't matter what you end up doing with it, whether you write trashier novels like Stephen King or you write epic things like Kurt Vonnegut. If you paint murals on the side of a wall in New York that people paint over 10 years later, or you paint the equivalent of the Mona Lisa, doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do with it. And art students, man, go for it. You know, I encourage you to, you know, it may not work out. You're taking a gamble, but it's your life, and if you feel you want to take a gamble, gamble away, baby. You should, and you need to. Because people need artists. We need artists in this world. Sad but true. What do I think Arthas will be killable in the near future? Eventually they'll add the Ice Crown raid, and when they do, surely he'll be the final boss. Killable to a point. Defeatable, yes. Killable, no. Do I think Murlocs will ever be a playable race? God, I hope so. Oh, please let that be the next expansion. I heard you say your dream was getting famous, so my question is, if you could choose between getting world famous instantly or getting really slim instantly, which would I pick? World famous, clearly. I'm not uncomfortable with who I am. I mean, I do like the idea of being thinner than I currently am, obviously, and I need to be, but I may not necessarily be. Ever in my life, and what's more important to me is to get the message out and let people know, that I'm cool and that I'm friendly and that I'm nice and I'm a big guy and I break the stereotypes and fuck you for it if you don't like it and you don't believe me, and deliver the message of kindness and love and hope to the world, and then to be honest with you, if I could just get 10 minutes alone with everyone in the world to just talk to them about some of the things I've talked to you about today, I trade my life for that option, to just let the world know what I think and how I feel, and hopefully change some people's minds. Sad but true. World of Warcraft question: Would you be your class if you could design it yourself? What would be your class if you could design it myself? Like Warriors, it is. I think they do a good job of designing classes and balancing them, so I can't really complain. If I had a superpower, would it be immortality? I've answered that one many times. Flight is another favorite. If you could invite 3 well-known people to dinner, who'd you take? They'd be celebrities, historical people, anyone like that. If there was a actual factual person named Jesus Christ, I'd like to meet him just to check things out. And then I would be the one guy who got to know whether or not he was true or not. And if I got to know, that would be awesome. Kurt Vonnegut, I'd love to resurrect him and just thank him for the work that he did. And then Stephen King would be really fun to hang out with, I think. Seems like a nice enough guy. Just 3 people off the top of my head. I don't necessarily know, if I had more time to think about it, those would be the people I chose. But what would be some talking points you would discuss at said dinner? Well, I'd like to talk about their works and the things that they achieved, and how important it was. Of course, I'd like to find out if Christ is really the Son of God, because that seems pretty damn important. Have I ever looked in the mirror and said, my milkshake brings all the girls? You damn right. It's better than your... Yeah, I know that song. I can't repeat it all here on YouTube because obviously it's copyrighted. But yes, I have said and done that to people in my lifetime in public. Would I like to go into space in your lifetime? Love to go into space. Today, tomorrow, every day. Dost thou speaketh ye of hamburgers? Fare thee well, my goodman. Yes, hamburgers are quite delicious. World of Warcraft, what's my highest level character? I have a Prot Warrior, level 80, of course, rating Old War. Final question, what is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done in your entire life? Probably, a lot of it's here on YouTube, right here on this channel. Why am I so cool, heart you? Because I was born with a certain quality. I think the gift of gab is probably it, the ability to speak well, and then the trials and tribulations that I've endured have helped shape me into a person that has some self-confidence and kindness and a desire to work on it. And I'm glad you think I'm cool. Not everybody does, but I appreciate it, and I love you too. Question, what got me into posting videos? I've answered that before. Mostly I just like to perform, and I like to show the people what I think is funny and hope they find it funny too. How often do I play World of Warcraft? About an hour a day. Sometimes 2 or 3 hours on the nights that we raid. Where do I work at? If I work in a small gaming shop here in town, and then of course I had and still have the remnants of a small web design business on the internet. Thanks, man, Brett. Okay, well, you're welcome, Brett. Have I ever gotten into a fight with a manatee, and if I did, who would win? Actually, I kicked that manatee's ass. If you could punch anyone in the face, who would it be? The devil. I don't want to punch anybody. Who do you hate the most on YouTube? Don't really hate anybody. Don't hate anybody on YouTube. Don't hate anybody off of YouTube. Not a lot of hate in my heart. Some people I dislike, but not anybody really on YouTube. Why am I so cool? Because I was born that way. Because I'm not fat, I'm full of wind. Can you add me to friends? And wow, well, we've covered that. What is my favorite thing to do with 10 minutes of alone time? Set, meditate, and think. Recap the day and recap what's going on in my brain and make sure that I'm comfortable and cool and calm. But if I don't really want to be alone, I like to be around people. So, for the most part, I would choose to chat online or play World of Warcraft or do something social. Thanks to the prodigy. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that one. Okay, I don't either. Why am I so fat? We covered it. How did you become so fat? It was the food. How often do I play World of Warcraft? We answered that. How often do I exercise? Depends what you define as exercise. I try to stay on my feet when I can, as much as my body can. I do some weightlifting. I think you can see my weights on the floor behind me. It's hard for me to do aerobic exercise, except it's like swimming and stuff, and I don't have a pool right now, so I'm not doing a lot of that either. So not as much as I should be. Try to lift weights a couple times a week, though. Hey, Boogie, what do you do? What do you think about the Old Republic? Have you played or heard of Neo Tokyo? Not heard of Neo Tokyo, and the Old Republic has got my interest up. If I send you money, will you send me nude photos? I have PayPal. That's a really weird question, and not necessarily one I would post on the internet. There are nudes of me out there. I'm not gonna lie. I took some photos with a few girlfriends of mine, and they have been posted to a web forum that you may have heard of. Let's pretend it's E-Bomb's World, even though it's not. But it could be, but it's not. It's certainly not, actually. But, I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Well, why do you want to see that? Do I have to show my face? That's creepy. In the song Yankee Doodle, is he calling the horse or the feather a macaroni? I think it's the combination of feather in a hat. That's macaroni. Since bread is square, why is sandwich meat round? That's a very easy question, actually. Bread is square because of the type of pan that it is made in, because it's so much easier to make a square pan. So most breads are square. But sandwich meat originally was cased in like a skin casing or an intestinal casing, and most of the casings will, of course, be cylindrical. Cylindrical? Boy, I've stumbled over a lot of words tonight. I wonder if I had a stroke during this video, but cylindrical. And so then that would also be one of the best ways to store it, and to have a safe, healthy package would be cylindrical. It also would prevent you from wasting space and corners in the packaging as we continue it. So I think a lot of the times when they pack meat or whatever, but a lot of sandwich meat is square these days. So you want to fight about it? How about that? If ghosts can walk through walls and glide downstairs, why don't they fall through the floor? Here's something interesting about ghost physics that you may not know, but I am a ghost physics expert. Ghosts react to their expectations. So, for example, if a ghost expects a wall to be there, the wall might be solid for them. The floor, they expect to be there, so they will react as if it's a solid floor. But if they don't expect it to, or they don't want it to, they can float right through the floor, or through a wall, or through your mama. Why, when atheists go to court, do they have to swear on the Bible? Yes, they do, actually, and it's silly that they do, but it's more about the perjury law than anything. What do people say? Beans, the magical fruit? Wait, why do people say beans, the magical fruit, when beans are vegetables? Because they're dumb. Also, they're vegetables. No, also they're beans. Actually, they're legumes. So, do Siamese twins pay for one ticket or two tickets when they go to the movie and concerts? Depends on how many seats they need. Gum, you got milk. La 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 la. Okay. You should switch to Kel'Thuzad. I might be on that server. You never know. How much can you bench, like weightlift? If you don't know, just guess. 100 pounds. Name taken 70 wants me to know that I'm a fat fag. Actually, I'm heterosexual, but I am obese. Boogie, did you ever play football? We covered it. If you were a moment from death and had to sum up your life in one phrase, what would you have to say to the world? Probably the same thing everybody says on their deathbed, you know. I wish I had more time. You know, no matter how long it is. I think everybody thinks that, says that. I wish I could have done more, been more, seen more. So probably that. But if I had to say something profound, just let you guys know I loved you. You know. Have you ever had to use your pubic hair as currency? Yes, when I was in Botswana. I lost my traveler's checks. Say to buy a pop at the 7-Eleven. Yes, to the Botswana 7-Eleven. What would I do if I were an apricot? I'd be delicious. Ever been in a fight? We covered it. How do you get around town? Do you have a car, ride the bus, whatever? I have a car. I have a 93 Lincoln Town car, drive around. And it's a nice car. It's for me. You know, I mean, it's old, but it's comfortable. And my roommate also gives me fair number of rides whenever I need them, and friends and stuff, so for the most part. Definitely not taking the bus anytime soon. So, this is like a 2-hour video. I hope I can fit it on YouTube. I'm going to try. I'm going to have to do some editing, and I don't want to do any editing. Oh, there was somebody asked about the posters. Yep, I did not want to forget your questions. Someone sent me questions in my YouTube message. I normally don't get to those, but I'm going to go ahead and answer yours now. BC Stig wants to know, do I own my own comic book store, or do I have a cool job like a Blizzard GM, or do I work at Fry's Electronics? No, like I said, I do work at a gaming store, though, and that's actually a lot of fun. How old am I? I turned 35 on July 24th. What's the poster on your right of, and can we see it up close, please? Alright, I'm going to try to do this. I was going to post a separate video for this, but let's see if I can pull it off here. Let's see, this poster here, it came in my original EverQuest box that I got in 1999, I think. So it's a map of EverQuest, Fate Order, that stuff. This poster here, I don't know if I can point to it. I'm bad at it. Here we go. It's for Magic the Gathering 2010 core set. I got down at the gaming shop. The poster there in the hallway is for Dungeons & Dragons miniatures. The angel by the light switch there is of my 2007 Champs playmat for making it into the top 8. And of course you guys recognize Princess Leia and the Magic the Gathering and World of Warcraft oversized cards. The poster was a picture from a girl I used to hang out with a lot. Hi Amanda, if you ever see this. She got it for me. She had a slave Leia outfit. She joked all the time about, you know, how I was kind of Jabba the Hutt. She was kind of my slave Leia or whatever. And so she bought me the poster for Christmas, and I've kept it up about a year. And a lot of people commented on it, so I started taking stuff from the shop and stuff that I had in storage and stuff. Started hanging up in the background because people like to make fun of it, and that means they're having fun. Making fun is having fun. So whatever, you know, I don't really care what's on my walls. I'd rather have a nice painting myself, but if it entertains you guys, I'm more than happy to do it. Plus, hey, I'm advertising my favorite game right there. Magic the Gathering Core Set 2010. Come to our local shop pre-release, July 11th, 12th, blah, 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 blue, blue. And let's see, what are your other questions? Do I live in my parents' house? No, I've not lived in my parents' house since I was 18, nor would I ever care to return. Maybe if I inherit the old homestead, I may take it and live there, but it's in Virginia, so I probably won't. But I live with a roommate, and he's kind of like a brother, so that's kind of cool. Who's your favorite Star Wars character? Meh. I never really cared too much about Star Wars. What's my favorite video game? World of Warcraft right now. What's your favorite food? We covered it. And thanks, love the show. Man, I love the fact that you love the show. I love the fact that you're watching it. I love you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap it up 2.5 hours later. Thank you for listening. I'm about to pass out. That's at least an hour's worth of footage. God help me. Peace out. Keep watching. Thanks.